Hello.
Hello.
So, welcome to Art Wall.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
being on this.
Thank you for having me in your beautiful flat again.
Thanks. Oh my god, yeah, because you came here.
Yeah.
Was it a year ago?
It wasn't that long ago.
It was definitely in third year.
Was it? No, it wasn't. I swear it was earlier on in this academic year.
Or was it in like the summer of
When I was showing you a picture of me on the piano?
Yeah.
Nah, that was in I remember it being cold and dark, so I think it was
Really?
before Christmas, yeah.
It was definitely before November. Because that's when we
Yeah. Oh, true, actually.
I feel like it was probably like August,
It wasn't
September.
third year because I'd only just written a picture of me in March last year.
I feel like it was in August, because I came back for some of the holidays. Anyway, sorry, bit irrelevant.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Ruby. Do you want me to say my whole ass name?
You can say it to the camera, or you can say it to me, or you can say whatever you want to.
I'm your friend. I'm your friend, Ruby. I'm Ruby Joyce. I go to the same uni as you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I find this question so hard to answer these days because I'm just oh.
I don't know if... Wow, that was intense.
Canine scrap outside.
Wow, okay. Sorry, yeah.
I find that question hard to answer because, I don't know, I haven't considered my, artistic identity in a long time. I've kind of just been, vibing and being a person who makes music as opposed to, an artist. Is that, a really pretentious thing to say?
No, it's not.
I feel
actually,
it might be. Okay, I'm a singer, songwriter, and I make kind of, I don't know, I guess kind of folkier music these days.
Oh, sorry, I've seen your hair is touching the mic.
Oh,
So
no.
maybe
do you want me to adjust the position?
You can do. You can if you put it in the center. You're either getting all the back scenes. Back scenes?
BTS.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
I was thinking back rooms. No, that's a different thing.
That's a different thing.
Backstreets.
Yeah, Backstreet
I actually
Boys.
love the backroom videos. Backstreet Boys.
Is that better?
Yeah,
cool.
As long as because I feel like these are quite Are they sensitive? I don't know. You'll hear that. Sorry for I rudely interrupted.
It's okay. I was actually waffling for England then. I don't know if you got anything usable out of what I said. I
mean, I don't edit any of these.
Oh,
it is just one straight thing.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Well, yeah, I make folk music, kind of, with some kind of alternative foundations and influences. But it's kind of not really that alternative, I don't think, anymore.
No, it's kind of I don't know, actually. To be fair, I feel like that's a good question. How would you describe your music?
I have literally no idea, because it's kind of, actually, it's funny because I don't think I ever really achieved alternative with my sound. I just don't think I don't think I'm actually that alternative as a person, so it didn't fit me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so I guess it's just this is really bad. This is a good demonstration of the fact that I need to get a grip on how I'm going to talk about myself. Isn't it?
It's a hard question because whenever actually people ask me who are you, I'm obviously you say the things oh, I'm Jeanette, I'm a violist.
Yeah.
And then they're yeah, but who are you? And it's that's a hard question.
Okay.
To answer. But I mean, you can take that question as deep as you want to. Sorry, before this sounds like therapy. It's not therapy. I mean,
I can. You know that I could get therapized at 11 o'clock on a Friday morning.
Yeah,
I could. I can bring that dimension to this room right now if you want.
I think. I mean, we could. It might be funny.
No. Let's keep it somewhat light.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Imagine if they're listening to this. I don't know if any of you would listen to this 9 a.m. on a train to work, but if you were, that's quite intense.
Yeah.
To that, because actually, I feel like your music, like you said, it's got like elements of alt, but it's never been like fully alt. But your music's changed quite a lot since first year.
I mean, I'm very inspired by folk artists. Like, I love Martha Wainwright and Nick Drake and John Martin. But then I also love kind of sad indie boy music like Elliott Smith and sad girl music like Fiona Apple. It's quite sad. I think it's quite somber, my music.
Yeah.
But there's like an element of angst beneath it. I think it's not alternative, but it's angsty.
Well, definitely with, I mean, I'll say the songs that are on the EP. Yeah, definitely with like Pick. That's definitely like,
that's quite angsty. And Given.
Yeah, oh my god. Definitely Given.
Given is literally like painful to listen to sometimes because it's just so full of
every time I listen to it after Now Is Then, it's always like, my heart hurts.
Yeah. Well, Now Is Then's like a sweet thing. It's quite bittersweet actually, I think, Now Is Then. But then also I realised we're kind of jumping ahead and talking about songs that
maybe we should not.
Maybe we should
save it.
Hold back. Yeah.
Well, this is the problem. I just get so excited.
Well, this is a natural flow. So
well, that's it. I want to keep this like as natural as possible. So then hopefully the people like. I think it's always really fun when you watch like YouTube videos and stuff, and you feel like you're having on a FaceTime call with the people on the YouTube. I think it's always fun that way. I was going to ask you something. What was I going to ask you? Do you have any nicknames?
Yeah. Rubes is the most common one. But also because Ruby isn't my real first name.
Oh, I remember seeing that on
my ID card.
Yeah. Why? How come you chose Ruby Joyce?
Middle names.
I see.
Yeah. So Caitlin being my real first name. I'm also Katie in my family, which is really jarring when I say that out loud because I would never call myself that name. But then obviously like when my parents call me that I respond, but it doesn't feel like me at all.
Yeah, I don't feel like I could ever see you as a
Caitlin. It doesn't you know what is funny is that they are kind of two different people. They're like personas 100%.
Yeah.
So when I go home and I'm Caitlin, I'm literally like, I don't know, so much more embarrassing than I am as Ruby, which is saying something, I suppose. No, I'm joking. Yeah, anyway, so that's some lore on me that you didn't 100% know.
No, I don't think I did, but I think because I've still got some school friends that call me Jay, and Jay was my like nickname at school.
Yeah.
And it feels
cute.
I know, but it feels like so different.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's from a different time.
Yeah. No, almost. Exactly, 100%. Yeah. And when you go through, I feel like the people that we are now, since, being in our last year at uni, the iterations of us as people are like, we've regenerated. At least I feel like I've regenerated every single year. I've uncovered a new layer of my personality, and I've led with a different layer of personality as well every year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I was actually looking back through my camera roll last night instead of going to sleep, just scrolling. And I was looking at pictures of me when I was like 19, and I was like, I don't know who that person is. Have you done that?
Yeah, no, I really have. Also, actually, on your note, because I remember you through your like hairstyle phases, like, so I can like not exactly pinpoint, but like kind of pinpoint. It's weird though, because I feel like everyone's been doing those TikToks recently. It's like I met with younger me for a coffee, and I think they're so sweet.
They're really sad. I also kind of like, have you considered what yours would be?
I think so. Well, because what's the order? So it's like you meet your young self for a coffee, and then it's like
she was X minutes late or early or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like me would have been maybe 5-10 minutes early. I think I'd probably still be maybe like 2-3 minutes early or on time, or 2-3 minutes late.
I think I'd probably be the same amount of late. I'm always late. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, it is actually, yeah, I'm late, and I don't think that's changed. I'm probably less late than I used to be, actually. I used to be like hours late.
Oh wow, yeah, no, you were only like
15 minutes late.
So
there is an improvement. Yeah.
I think those TikToks are like again, they're so sweet because it's like, oh, this is how you've grown, but it's also like, oh gosh, like if I talk to my younger self, it's like you've got so much growing up to do that you don't even realize.
Well, I think that still applies now. Like,
oh, of course, yeah.
Oh my god, that I get excited about this because I think, like, in this past year of my life, like, I've realized more than I ever have who I am. Ironically, because I couldn't answer your first question, but and it makes me excited because every single year I'm going to build on that, and it makes me so excited to turn like 30, 40 because I'm 50 and onwards, you know. Yeah. Hopefully, like I'm
sure you will.
I hope I make it. And I just love thinking about aging like that, you know.
That's such a lovely way of thinking about it,
because I'm gonna know more about me, you know. I'm gonna have so many more experiences under my belt. I'm gonna have tried so many things that I would have been afraid to try now, and that's just fire.
That's so, because I feel like whenever anyone thinks of aging, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get wrinkles. Oh, my knees are gonna start cracking. I mean, my knees are already cracking, but like, you know, like everyone always thinks of like the physical aspects, but actually, that's such a cute. I've never thought about it like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's so sweet though.
But oh yeah, it is. It is actually. It does. It makes me smile, like thinking about it like that.
Aww.
It's so cute. Yeah. In the words of Chloe Slater, also, better to have wrinkles than never have laughed.
That's a good one.
Do you know, I've been singing that song so much to myself recently.
I don't think I know that song. What song is it?
A Fig Tree.
By Chloe Slater.
It's
a random.
Yeah, no, it's so catchy. I love it. And funnily enough, when I was in Edinburgh with Dylan over the weekend, I just kept singing the chorus to Fig Tree. And then I was like, oh my god, that reference is from Sylvia Plath, Bell Jar. And I was like, I've never read that book. So I bought the book in Edinburgh. And now I'm carrying it with me. I have it.
Have you started it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah. What is funny is that I've read half of Sylvia Plath's biography. And I say half because it's literally this thick.
Is that the one that you were reading when we went to
Probably. Yeah. And I've not finished it, and it's so intimidating, and it's really thick and wordy. But it's funny because I feel like I've read enough of the biography to know that Bell Jar is literally just about her, pretty much. Like, it's a novel, but all of the character details are based on her life. It's just kind of I like it. I like that. I recognize that kind of thing from reading it. So I would recommend the book.
You always read such interesting books. I feel like every time I talk to you, you always have like such.
Do you think?
Yeah. Or at least like they're books that I wouldn't like necessarily think to read.
But I think the same about you though. I think we have like, I love hearing about what are you reading at the moment?
I'm actually not reading. I haven't read anything in ages.
Oh my goodness.
Which is, I've just not been like in a reading mood recently.
Yeah.
What have I been doing? I've been cooking loads instead, actually.
Okay.
But my plan is to start The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, which is just above the camera there. It's that big green one.
Nice. There. I've heard of that.
What I loved was she wrote for A Secret History, which I am obsessed with. So I was like, I'll read this one. But I just haven't gotten around to reading it, and it's also quite a big
Yeah.
like thick book as well.
Yeah.
Um,
It looks quite meaty.
yeah, I mean, I think I'll probably try and read it over April because May is gonna be hectic.
Mm-hmm.
But I see, I actually do miss reading.
Yeah.
I feel like I read in the super cold months and the super hot months.
But not in between.
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like if I'm super cold, it's nice to go to a cafe and like hole up.
Yeah.
Or is it, and it's super hot. I
You
go
can
outside
be and read, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually so true. I never thought about it, but actually I think that's what I do. Like go through phases. I've been in my gym phase recently.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Slaying.
Anyways, enough about me. This is not about me.
No,
I'm
fascinated. I'm here for it. I've been kind of well, not envious. I'm so happy for you for getting into the gym. I've just been like, damn, I respect your dedication to like.
Thanks.
You seem to just be able to stick to things, and I literally like can't stick to anything ever.
Well, I mean, it's just person.
What's your secret?
I don't think I actually have a secret. I'm just kind of stubborn.
Nice.
So I just stick at it.
Well, so am I, but it doesn't work that way for me. I'm like one of the most stubborn people in the world, and it doesn't. I didn't get that cheat code with my stubbornness. Yeah. I'm just stubborn in a annoying way. Like it does nothing for me.
I feel like, especially with gym, it's just, I mean, too far. I just think it's fun as well. But I also, I actually don't know. I think it's just fun. But actually, so many of my friends recently have been like, "Oh, Jeanette, I want to go to the gym. Like, do you want to go together? And like, can you show me stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah, of course."
Nice. Yeah, gym hangouts do kind of hit different, but then
they're so fun.
But then I wanna. It's funny because I don't. I'll go to the gym with a friend, but then if I'm with a friend, like I totally want to do my own thing, and I want them to leave me alone completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you could always like go with a friend, and as long as you're doing different things, you won't cross paths, but you'll be there with them.
Yeah, I think the extra motivation for someone to be like, "I'm going to the gym. Do you want to come?" helps. It's a good nudge. But I'm thinking of scrapping. I still have a gym membership that I just don't use. I'm just throwing money away. But I'm thinking of starting going to yoga classes instead.
Oh my god, I've been doing Pilates so much recently.
Have you?
So good.
Yeah.
I do them in. So my gym has Pilates classes.
Oh yeah.
Like mat Pilates, but I've been doing reformer Pilates at Block.
Nice.
Which is like DC Street House.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so good. I have abs for the first time in my entire life.
Isn't it so expensive
though? Yeah, it is. But I've got there's Class Pass.
Yeah.
If you get a free month, you just get credits.
Yes, I've done that already. I did that.
Have you?
I've used up my Class Pass free trial. But I keep getting, I love Reformer Pilates so much.
It's so fun, isn't it?
I just love feeling like a princess like that.
Yeah. I just like how you can like slide in and out carriage. It's just super fun. But I really want to bring like some of my like massive gym bro friends to go do Reformer.
Well, and then they completely underestimate how hard it is.
Yeah, because I think it'd be funny.
Yeah. I went, Emma, she does...
Oh yeah, we spoke about this last time. Yeah,
and she took her boyfriend Sam who is like 6'5" to Reformer Pilates, and I just really, I wish I want to be a fly on the wall in that room so bad, just to see this like really tall guy, just like with his legs up in the air, like waving them around with the stirrups and stuff. I just think that'd be so funny.
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
I feel like if you've just got more limb, it's just
more
harder.
limb, yeah.
I mean, it's not very hard. I'm literally 5'2", so I have no limb.
Yeah, sans limb.
Sans limb.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, getting back onto track. You showed me one of my now favorite artists.
Really?
I mentioned, I think in Rory's episode, possibly. Because I didn't really know Adrian Lenker that much before. Like I knew Spud Infinity from doing Molly's Recital, but that was the only impression I had of Big Thief.
Yeah.
And I was like, I enjoyed it, but then I didn't go and listen to more.
Yeah.
And then Connor did Anything in his recital.
Yes.
And I was like, I love that song, but then I didn't go listen more to it. And then you mentioned it to me, and then I finally went and listened to it.
Third time's a charm.
It is, but I feel like the times before I didn't not listen to it because I didn't want to. I listened to it, enjoyed it, and then completely forgot about it. Life happens. But then, like, since working with you, I've been listening to more like Big Thief and like Angel Neck and stuff, I'm actually like obsessed.
It really does, it gets you. Like, I was really into Adrienne Lenker in my summer of first year. That's kind of when I first encountered her properly. But I didn't listen to Big Thief. I just was obsessed with Adrienne Lenker. And I remember like doing some walks in the Lake District and just like listening to songs, the album. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And I just had such a connection to it from then. But I think I tried to venture a bit more into Big Thief. I think I went to the Daikai Dai show at Fuel in first year, and they had some technical difficulties and so Ruben and Paddy ended up doing a cover of Masterpiece while they tried to fix the technical problems. And that was my first time I'd ever heard Big Thief before. And I was like, oh my God, like, what is that song? But then I never went and deep dived. Deep dived?
Dived?
I don't know. I think dived and dove is a thing, but I don't know.
Dove. That's no. I dove into the sea. I dived into the sea.
I think dived is correct, and dove could also be used, but I don't know actually. Anyways,
yeah.
I never did a deep dive into Big Thief until last year when I met Dylan actually, and he showed me Big Thief, and I think I was really into the first album, and then I discovered Capacity when I was on the way back from Italy, on a coach back from Italy, and I just listened.
A coach from Italy, wow.
Well, a coach from various places in Italy, and then the plane back.
Okay.
Which isn't as difficult actually, but I was on the coach listening to Capacity, and I've literally never had this experience with an album before. I actually couldn't listen to anything else. I listened to Capacity 7 times in one day.
Wow.
On the way back from Italy, just like on the plane, on the bus, in the Uber back from the airport. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I was completely absorbed in it. And then after that then it was Dragon and the New One Mountain.
That's my favourite. Oh God. See, actually I think that's the only Big Thief album I've listened to. I'll listen to Capacity later. But actually, I think I listened to all like what album? What's the album called? Adrian's album with all the colourful flowers that NG
songs.
That one
and also, instrumentals.
That one and Dragon New Mountain. Both of them I listened to on the train, and they're such good travel songs. Not in the sense of like background music, but it's like especially if it's sunny like today. I'm so glad the sun's come out.
Yeah.
If it's sunny like today and you're seeing all these trees go past and like the countryside, and you're just listening.
Perfect.
Oh my God. I think when I was listening to, especially Inji Dar, that's like my favorite
I love
song.
Inji Dar as well.
Oh my God. Like listening to that when it was like golden hour on the train to London, I was just like,
I don't know how they put what they put in their music. Like, it's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them.
It's just that music that kind of feels like you feel like you're getting a warm hug from it. It's so nice.
And it feels like it comes from the earth as well for me. Yeah. Like it feels as natural as, I don't know, being about like how it's music that makes me feel like lockdown summer when I couldn't do anything but lie in my garden under my tree and just like be in the sun. And like that was so peaceful, and it makes me feel like that brings that kind of like same peace. I don't know, I'm just there is something cosmic about that band, totally. Yeah, I'm glad you're into them. I think Spud Infinity being your first taste of them is an interesting one, because
it was a little bit, because when I heard that I was like, oh, immediately country music, and that was the only thing I'd heard from them. And I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I was like, that is a
my impression of that song is that like it is a bit of fun for them as well. Like that song is kind of one of their more like playful ones.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like their core sound.
That's what I mean. It's kind of like an extension, and I think it's kind of like to perform that song in a recital is like a quote of Big Thief. It's like, oh, I love Big Thief, so I'm gonna do one that's like, you know, not from like the core Big Thief discog. I don't know. Like I say, I think it's like it was like a playful expression for them as opposed to like a, I don't know, like get into the meat of things, which doesn't discredit it at all, obviously. But
I love the boing noises.
The spring,
spring. I forgot it was boing noises.
I think I like the onomatopoeia of that. I think that's more accurate. Yeah.
$9,000 a year for
boing noises.
Boing noises, clearly.
That is kind of I was gonna administer some slander there, and I've decided not to. What else can we talk about?
Should we do the meal deal?
Oh, I'm really embarrassed of my meal deal.
Don't be. Well, it's just your meal deal of choice.
It's not my meal deal of choice every time. I need to preface that.
Okay. No judgments from me.
Well, I'm right. Okay, so I would say 90% charged by caffeine.
Okay.
I don't think I have an addiction because I don't get like headaches. Like I don't have symptoms of caffeine withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I didn't have any caffeine today, I'd be fine. But it's not my preference. I just love to feel slightly wired at all times.
Yeah.
And therefore I have a demonic peachy keen monster.
Have you tried all the flavors?
I don't drink the sugary ones.
Oh, this is 0 sugar.
I only drink the much healthier option that has sucralose, acesulfame K, and other sweeteners and several E numbers. This is my health drink.
I've never had a Monster Energy ever.
Oh, it's actually like I work in an office and I drink those in the office, and like the judgment that I received from my like older colleagues, because everyone else is like over 30. I'm just a baby in that office.
Yeah.
And when I whipped these out, they were like, they were all convinced that I was going to have a heart attack immediately, and maybe next week. But I think I'm all right.
I mean, hopefully not next week.
Yeah, like I said, I want to make it to 40 and 50 and age and stuff. So maybe I should lay back on the Monster. But anyway, this is my drink, and if I wasn't gonna have this, then it would be another flavor of Monster, or it would be like either coconut water. I love coconut water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even though it tastes like sweet corn, but I love it.
Does it?
Yeah. Also, hangover cure, so good for hangovers.
Wow.
All those Robinson squash drinks, like the raspberry and apple ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, then for my main, I think despite perceptions of me, I'm not vegetarian or vegan. So I've got a chicken, bacon and stuffing sandwich.
Nice. Wow, very Christmassy.
Yeah, I don't think stuffing is just for Christmas. I think it's for consuming in every sandwich ever.
It's not, but I think it's like the chicken kind of gives turkey, the bacon gives pigs in blankets.
Yeah.
And then stuffing. So this feels very Christmassy. But it's not actually, if you think about it. Really.
It kind of is, but I just want Christmas flavors all year round because I just think they're so delicious. Why do we limit ourselves to such delicious combinations every December?
I love stuffing So good.
I'm trying to eat that on the daily.
You should.
I probably should.
I've never actually had that sandwich. I should try it one day.
It's really good. I do recommend. And then finally, some redeeming nutrients. I've got pink lady apple. But
they're all very like orange red themed, which we were talking about earlier because you're very
yeah.
ruby red,
ruby orange, orange. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's my meal deal. I hope you are satisfied.
I enjoyed that actually. Okay. I always think it's fun doing these. I say always. This is literally like I don't know, the third, fourth time we're filming this.
No, I think it's a good conversation topic. I have graduated from the ham and cheese sandwiches that I would only ever get ham and cheese, because why would you get anything else? Like, you don't need anything else just because it's a solid, simple staple. Classic. Yeah, love it. Love ham and cheese.
Well, Jack actually gave me the idea for this meal deal.
Right.
I think I was having dinner with him at some point, and was it dinner or we were walking home or something, and he was like, oh yeah, I was going to start a podcast, but I didn't end up making one. But I was going to do like a meal deal thing, like similar to kind of like chicken shop day. And I was like, oh my God, that's so good.
What, eating a meal deal? Will you like go and buy the meal deal together and then
I guess so
chat over the consumption of it?
Well, I don't know what he was thinking, but I like this idea. And then Rory was like, oh, we should do what's in my bag as well.
Yeah.
So choice. But I feel like I've mentioned this like almost every single episode. Maybe I should stop talking about it now. But when Jack comes on, I'll be like, it's your idea.
Credit him.
In every single caption that if someone has a meal deal, I'll always be like, Jack's idea.
I don't think. Listen, I love Jack, but I don't think he owns the concept of meal deal.
Were Tesco's the original meal deal people?
Good question. I don't know this trivia. This would be a good random fact for you to learn so that you can tell people. Did you know?
I should. That's a good one. I'll put that down.
The first meal deal was.
I have a feeling it was
Tesco,
like the £3 meal deal.
I feel like it wasn't Tesco, but then Tesco did it the best, and then they kind of like
and then took it,
claimed it, and it became. You'd be really miffed, wouldn't you, if you were like the OG meal deal shop, and then you just like
someone did it better. I feel like that's happened quite a lot in history for a lot of things.
Yeah,
sadly.
Yeah. It's how the market works. I'm going to stop talking about markets because I know nothing about economics.
Neither do I. It's actually, one of my favorite things to say to a finance bro if I'm trying to like piss them off for fun. So I was like, why can't we just print more money? And then they're just like, they go off on one. Sorry to all the finance bros watching this.
You've just triggered a rampage of finance bros.
I know. None of them are going to ever watch this again. Either that, or they're all going to be in the comments saying, oh, well, actually. To be fair, feel free to educate me. I don't know anything.
Canary Wharf is at severe risk of being, like, burnt down right now.
Really? Is it? No. I thought you were being serious. And I was like, my friend lives in Canary Wharf. I need to tell her.
No, I just think that's maybe where finance bros live, or like that's where all of the like offices for finance bros are. That's like where they congregate.
Yeah, like bank. Yeah, like definitely everywhere.
In the name for sure.
Anyways, sorry, going back.
No, it's fine. I quite like the off-piste bits.
It was fun, and I feel like I do it every single episode. What was I gonna say? What has been your favourite gig? Oh, right. I feel like you haven't gigged in a while.
Several years, a million years perhaps.
Oh, you did like an acoustic set recently.
Oh yeah, I loved that, I really loved that. That was actually a really poignant moment for me because before that, the gig that I did before the acoustic show was Kendall Calling. And that was great, but I really noticed that in that gig, like I was really checked out and I was disconnected from what I was doing, and like it's bound to happen because I'd hardly changed anything that I was doing, in that set for like 3 years. So I was like on autopilot completely. And I just was like, oh, this music is not 100% what I want to do anymore.
Was that before you kind of found like the new? Is that one new?
I'd already written some of the new songs. And I don't know if I'd already started working on, like, I'd already done I'd already made the demos for Picture of Me, and Now It's Then with Tom. Sorry, that was an absolute clot on that mic. I'd already made those demos, and I think I knew that I wanted to go in a different direction, but I was so scared of actually doing it, because I didn't think my band would want to do it, and I didn't want my band to abandon me because I love them. So I was really scared of actually being like, I want to change.
Yeah.
In case they were like, okay, bye, you know. So then when I did that acoustic show, that was like massive, because it was the first time I'd ever played a whole set of my own music on the piano ever. I think, like, over, that was longer than like 2 songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I played all of the EP in full, which was good because I wanted to test out how people responded to it, because I was nervous about like, oh, are people gonna like this stuff. But yeah, it was great, because obviously having to like play it on the piano, I was way more present because I had to think more. Like when I'm just singing, I go on autopilot like all the time. But I was like in it, and that was a feeling that I'd not experienced in a really long time.
Yeah.
So it just felt different, and I felt more alive when I was playing it. And then I was like, that's such an affirmation that this is the right direction, you know?
Yeah. Well, I remember you coming up to, it was in Bold Street. I was like working, I was reading something, and you came up to me and was like, hey, would you be up for...
Yes.
And like the only like impression I've had of your stuff was when you did Session Orchestra in first year.
Yeah.
With like Growing on You, and then there's also Boy Pitch, and I love those songs still, but I remember like that was my impression of you, and I hadn't really spoken to you much before then, and obviously now we're like such good friends, but I remember you coming up to me and be like, hey, would you want to play some stuff? And I was like, yeah,
but I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Well, I was so up for it anyway, because I was like, I mean, I loved your voice anyway.
Thank you.
And then now we're here.
And now we are here.
We are here.
Yeah, I think that the music is so elevated by having Viola on it, and like, and the lap steel as well. I just think it makes it so much more interesting.
But also,
it's just different, you know?
Yeah, and also, to be fair, I love the whole band. Like, and I feel like we all just get along so well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, just lovely people.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, and we need to... It's really interesting what you were saying about that Shoegaze Cafe. When you said that you'd found this venue and like, should we do a gig there? I was like, because for some reason I just have this apprehension around gigging at the moment, because, well, I did, and it was in the name of like preserving the music before like the EP is ready to come out and stuff. Yeah. But I'm kind of like, I don't know if that's actually a good idea now, because I don't know when the EP is coming out. And I don't want to just put everything on hold for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if it's kind of just like because to be fair, I just love playing with you guys, just an excuse to play.
Yeah.
With you all and play your tunes, which I also absolutely love.
Thanks.
But actually, speaking of the guys, I think it'd be cool to mention the recording like week that we had. You know, oh my god,
a dream.
I literally tell everyone about it all the time because it was just so...
That's so lovely.
Beautiful.
It's so meaningful. It's so meaningful to me to have kind of like orchestrated that, like that happening, and all of us just coming together and sharing that experience.
For context, by the way, we did a recording week in like
November. Oh, I was going to be like in November.
In like the North Yorkshire Moors.
Yeah.
And we all went to this like little studio for a week, and just recorded
And we lived
EP.
there.
We lived there, played games.
Yeah, drank so much wine, actually.
Did a pub quiz.
Yeah,
that was fun. Had good food at the pub quiz. That was cheap as well.
Oh, yeah.
Was it? No.
Homemade pies.
Oh my god, it was so good.
They were really good.
But for reference, that's what we were doing. It was at Ariel Studios, who I will tag below just because it's a beautiful studios if any of you ever want to record anything.
Yeah. We love Hannah also.
Yeah.
I've been texting Hannah. Hannah got engaged.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, Hannah got engaged.
Yes.
So cute.
I have to send her my congrats.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, let's do it. What should we talk about?
That's the question. That's the question of this whole podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do we talk about?
Well, I think like the most poignant moment of the recording was doing Life Raft, but you weren't actually there.
No, I wasn't there for that one.
Oh my god, it's kind of like I wish you were there because I cannot put into words. Like, actually, I probably can. I can. The emotional roller coaster that was recording Life Raft is actually like unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
Really?
Seriously, yeah. Because we started out, for context, Life Raft is a song that I wrote 2 years ago with my friend Fabian in our dingy old house in Salford. And it was literally for a piece of coursework for uni using samples that didn't count towards my degree at all, but ended up falling in love with this song and putting it into the set. And it's kind of evolved significantly over the past 2 years, and we've played it so much that before we went into the session we were like, oh yeah, Life Raft, that'll be so easy, we'll have that done and down and it'll be all good. And it was we couldn't have been more wrong. Like, it was the most difficult thing the whole week.
Really?
Yeah, because we couldn't get it right. Like, it just wasn't slotting together in the slightest. There was too much going on in the kind of in the foundation of it, and yeah, it just wasn't hitting. Everyone felt really beaten down by it. Like, the morale was low when we took a lunch break. Everyone felt defeated. Like, there was an actual like cloud hanging over us. And then we came back from like a little walk on the moor, having a bit of a discussion, like a regroup, like, guys, why is this not working? Like, what can we do? And then Jack had a really good idea, and then him and Dylan went off and were like just messing around with it, really simplifying the parts and like really locking together. And then me and Tom were in the
recording booth. No, that's the other one.
What's it called? Why can I not remember what it's called?
The upstairs.
The upstairs room.
Yeah.
Like, listening in, and then we were like, okay, this feels better. Like, this is going somewhere. And then I walked in and listened to them, and I was like, oh my god, I got really excited because it just felt like they were onto something. And then we all came together and played this new arrangement that they'd come up with, and we were like, oh my god, like, I actually felt euphoric. And we did like 3 takes in a row that were absolute, like, I've never felt so present within a moment, like a musical moment, ever.
Yeah, we
were all so locked in, and it just felt we connected so much in those recordings. And it just, I literally was like I was in tears.
Aww.
Well, I wasn't actually. I was almost in tears. But the last take that we did, which is the one that we ended up using, I was literally like, oh my god, that feels. I felt like I transcended onto a new plane of existence. Like, for real, I was locked in, and I was just singing the song, like hearing the lyrics in a completely new way and applying it to all of the individuals that were in the room with me. And I was just I was so there. So I wish you'd experienced that.
I was I was there.
It was incredible.
But because I recorded the overdubs like a few days later, in my ears I was like, this sounds insane. Yeah. It sounded so good. And even when I listen to it now, I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
To be fair, even just the whole EP, I'm just in love with. But no, it sounds so good. I think, one of my favorite things, actually, going on to another song, is, we did that singing bit in Picture of Me.
That is actually such a good moment after the in the like in the like pre-production meetings that I'd had with Tom. He asked me to like be really specific on details that I wanted to include in the song, and I said that I really wanted to have that kind of like gang vocals at the end of Picture of Me, because I just knew it would like really lift it up. And I was like, everyone needs to be 3 pints deep. Like 3 pints deep is the perfect amount of alcohol, the alcohol volume. And so we went to the pub, did the pub quiz.
Yeah, that was the day we did the pub quiz,
and then walked back in.
Oh my god, it was so
cold, and also really terrifying. Like
also very windy.
No street lights. Like Tom convinced us that we'd gone the wrong way and that we were lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think we're lost. I think but then he said it with so much conviction that I was like, oh my god, we are spending the night out on the moors, and like we're all going to perish tonight. Wow, and we're going to get eaten by bears. I'd convinced myself that we had bears in the UK, and we probably do it in England.
Definitely somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere's got bears. But I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. Never going to record the gang vocals Picture of Me. But then we came back, and it was so wholesome.
It was so fun.
And it felt really special. And then even Dobbo got involved in the singing, which he said, absolutely not, I'm not doing that, I won't sing. And then FOMO was too great.
And he sang.
And it was...
I love that bit. It's so
I need
so
more
good.
of it. In the final mix, I'm going to be like...
Crank it up. We have to do it, if we do the set live, we'll have to try and get everyone singing and playing, if they can do that.
Yeah, we need to... That is a really important part. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Aww. I want to do it again, because I'm writing my coursework at the moment for uni, and I'm talking about that in like that recording week in my coursework. So I'm like reminiscing, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do this again.
Yeah, it'd be so fun to just go somewhere for a week in the middle of nowhere and just write.
Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that with Jack, hopefully. I am being quite assumptive about that, but
I learned so much stuff about Jack that week. He's such an because I talked to him in RNCM when we'd had rehearsals and done things together, but never like properly sat down and chatted. He's such an outdoorsy boy.
I'm like, I just think he's like the biggest legend ever.
He's so fun.
Do you know what though? Like, I feel like my friendship with Jack has been so slow burn. Like because I've known him since we were in first year.
Yeah,
and he was in third year, because he went to school with like Dobbo and Connor, so I knew them and then met him through, and I was so awkward and weird. And then we've taken, I think, years and years of working together on and off to like break down this wall that exists. And then when we did the acoustic show, we just suddenly like, I feel like we told each other so much that I wasn't expecting to know about him, and I don't think he was expecting to know about me. And now, like, I don't know, I consider him like a real mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, and that's so nice. The other day he sent me a guitar tutorial for how to play Place to Be by Nick Drake, when I asked him what's the tuning for that song, and he sent me like an in-depth tutorial, like videos, 4 separate videos.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I should be paying for this. Like, I know that you're an expensive teacher, but yeah, I can't play guitar. But now I'm determined to learn that song, just to make it worth his while, you know?
Yeah.
Literally sweetest guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't realize he knew all the owl sounds.
All of them.
Which is insane. Which, actually, speaking of,
yes,
is there stuff that people don't know about you? Like fun facts or like special talents that you have? I feel like you've definitely got some.
I feel like everyone does, but it's so hard to then like identify them, because you're like, oh, it's just me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fun facts about me. Oh. I don't know. Like, there's got to be something. Because I don't want it to be music related. That's the thing. Cause
Yeah. You definitely have stuff, but I can't think of them right now. But it's definitely come out in like conversations, being like, "Oh shit, I didn't know." Oh,
are we not allowed to swear, by the way? Because I have already said that.
Well, no, I think I've sworn. That's fine.
You've sweared.
I've sweared. Yeah.
I've sworn.
Sorry, guys.
No, you were right. You were right the first time. I'm just throwing in some
dive
dove.
We're
doing a callback. Fun fact about me. You know what? I met someone the other day, like I made a new friend randomly at the bus stop who is living rent-free in my head because I just think that I've never clicked with someone so fast in my whole life.
Mm.
And I told her some fun facts. But now nothing.
Well, I guess we said like about your name earlier. That's like something people don't know about you.
Oh yeah, and another one is that my nickname when I was growing up was Cake Tin instead of Caitlin.
Did you like that, or was it like a?
I think it's kind of cute because the reason why was because my brother's godparents got my mum or me like a big tin of cake when I was born, like cupcakes. Aww. Big tin of cupcakes, and then they called me Cake Tin after that.
That's quite sweet. It's
quite sweet. Yeah,
that is very sweet.
Yeah. But fun fact, I don't know, it's not really fun or a fact, but I really love film and I really love reading now. Like I love reading and watching films and trying to interact more with the art that I don't really think you can I was about to say consume art, but I don't think you do consume art. I think you interact with it. But I'm trying to like create more and more of my personal meaning with the art I interact with. Do you know what I mean? Like trying to create more from everything that I interact with to provide it more meaning. But that's not a fun fact at all.
No, but that's interesting though. I don't think I've ever thought of it that way. I mean, obviously we have my art wall here, but I don't think I actually like deeply interact with any of this stuff on my wall. Not because I don't want to, but I just think they look cool and then I put it up. But I don't think I've like gone like I've not looked at this and been like, okay, to be fair, that's like a medical thing. That's not a good example. Like I don't know, like some of the paintings up there and never looked at it and been like, okay, like let me actually think about what this is, what it means. Well, but I have a lot of stuff on my wall.
I think I mean I had an interesting conversation with Matt Deacon the other day, and all conversations with Matt Deacon are interesting, but he was talking about how when he goes in an art gallery, he no longer tries to understand every single thing in the art gallery. He just does a whiz around and then only focuses on the things that immediately speak to him, and then he tries to understand, or not even tries to understand, but like dives deeper into that and like what it means personally to him, and he doesn't waste time on the things that don't immediately capture his attention. And I think that must like that's such a good way of interacting with art, because I don't think you're supposed to like apply I don't think you're supposed to analyze it, you know what I mean? I don't agree with the whole like oh, I'm gonna look at this painting and try and figure out all of the symbolism and like what does, because then you're like trivializing it.
Yeah, well, it's the same with music. Like if you listen to a song that you just don't connect to, it's like that's cool, but like you don't. Whereas if I listen to going back like Inji Da, I'm like actually like properly listening.
It grabs you,
to it. So I think to be fair, I think I do the same with art as well. I'm a very fast gallery walker.
Yeah,
I think in general, but then the ones that actually catch my eye, I'm always like,
yeah. I think it's I'm gonna practice this more, but like when that kind of connection comes around, just being like, what is it that I how does this, what is it that this makes me feel, and like why has this captured my attention, and like how does this relate to my own life? What is it that I've recognized in this piece of art that applies to my own life and my own experience?
Yeah,
because that's the interaction, isn't it? Like that's the, and then you can, if you do manage to figure that out, if that's your goal, then like picking out those specific symbols from the art piece, and then like, for example, if you were going to write lyrics, then you can like use the same symbolism that the piece of art has used to then in your own lyrics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Things like that. Yeah, that's what I mean by like creating more from what I interact with.
Yeah, not just consuming a lot of information.
Because then you're like just developing your own world, your own musical world constantly, aren't you? Because like when you're inspired by something, you're not copying it to, like, sometimes I'll reuse lyrics that other people have already said.
Yeah.
Or like using similar concepts and referencing things, but it's not copying, because it's just developing your own inner world, isn't it?
But it's also, I feel like at this point everything in like music and art is copied. Like the chance of you having an original idea that's not been done in the past 2025 years is like so unlikely. Like everything's always influenced by something.
Yeah.
Obviously there are certain situations where it's like actually copied, but ignoring those. Yeah, I mean, so we've spoken a little bit about your EP, but have you got any, so you say you don't know when that's going to be released?
I'm going down to London in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to do the finishing touches on the songs with Tom, and then there's going to be a whole other process, hopefully. And then I guess it will be not out of my hands, but not necessarily my call, like when it comes out.
Do you have any like gigs coming out? Well, I guess you said that you kind of...
I want to find some now. I went to a gig last night, and I was saying to Dylan that like, I actually kind of want a gig again, just to have fun, like just to express myself through music. Because I think it's finally coming back to me, that desire to express myself through music. I lost that for a while, where I was like, I didn't feel like it wasn't calling to me, like at all. I was just like, I'm happy to record and keep it within my circle, like you guys, and share it with you, but I was like, I don't feel compelled to share it externally at all. And now I'm like, actually be kind of nice to show people where I'm at through my music right now. So no concrete plans, but more open to gigging now.
I'm excited.
Me too.
So excited to play.
I'm kind of nervous. I have no idea how we're gonna like actually do the live set, because obviously like Dylan was playing 2 instruments on the EP, and I don't really want to get someone else in to play, because I feel like we've got our own little like
exactly,
we've got our organism that is the band, and I don't want to add any extra parts to it, because I'm happy with,
and we'll find a way to make it work.
So I think it'll be really fun. I've got a lot of ideas for like just doing about like experimenting with the sound live, because that's something about Big Thief that I massively appreciate. When I saw them live last summer, and they just recontextualize the songs often and play them in different ways, and even though I had expected to hear a song in a certain way, I wasn't disappointed. I really appreciated the kind of new stance on the songs.
Well, I actually love it when like singers do a different version. Like Wager Project, one of their songs, I can't remember which song, but they did a bossa nova version of it.
Nice.
On like one of their YouTube videos, and I was like, oh my god, I love that so much.
Nice. Like it's just so, I used to be closed off to that kind of idea. I used to put songs that existed in the this exists like this box, instead of being like, okay, this song exists like this currently, but I think you can allow something to grow with you and change with you, and that's that's something that the EP really represents to me, because those are songs that I have allowed to change with me, and I kind of want to keep changing them now, and using them as like, they express feelings, but like, how can I express these feelings in a different way, and like, you know,
as you grow.
That really interests me now. So I'm kind of thinking about experimenting with some like weird vocal effects and stuff, and kind of like
nice,
dehumanizing it in a way of like making it feel more human. I don't know. It's a thing that I'm playing with and toying with. Just doing new things, making it fun and fresh.
Yeah. Cool. Well, just to wrap this up, when you do gig, I'm sure people will catch you on socials. Again, as usual, I'll tag everything down in the caption. Oh god, I feel like, you know, when YouTubers are like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
I always feel like that every time I do this, but it's fine. Even on the TikTok grind as well, so I'll pop you on TikTok.
I don't know if I would call it a grind. I've just been being silly on TikTok.
Yes, I mean, that's basically what this podcast is for.
Being silly
with my friends.
As you should, as everyone should do at all times when they can.
Yeah. But thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me and receiving my waffle.
No, I love waffling with you. We should go have waffles and waffle.
We should waffles and waffle.
So waffles and waffles.
Aww. No, that's another podcast idea for you.
Waffles and waffles. Maybe I'll do like special episodes.
Yeah.
Where waffles.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.
Yes.
Or I guess you'll hear me in the next one, depending on where you're listening / watching this on.
How you're interacting with this podcast.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.